Hey guys, what's up? WRHD here. Now let's talk. Now, as you all know, a lot of things are going across the world right now. When I say a lot of rape, a lot of murders, a lot of assaults, a lot of robberies, a lot of thefts, just things out of control. And sometimes you ask yourself, why? Why is all this happening? Now, as you all know, things like this have been happening since Jesus was a boy. So I know yesterday thing, but it keeps being persistent, and the older we get and the more we mature, the more, the less we are tolerant of these type of actions continuously happening. Because everybody, we need some change. And if I'm not looking at you guys, I apologize, I'm on the road, so just work with it, alright? But yeah, the other day we have a rape and murder, Candice Jackson, and by all accounts it looked like somebody or more likely close to the family, which in most situations is typically how it go. Now, I really can't speak much to it because I do not know how close he was, what really caused it. The police have laid charges, so them get all them information, them do them investigation, and them figure out why, so it's a swift outcome, because in no time them swoop down upon him and try to contact the family. I try to tell films, but I try to cover in tracks, it seem like that will work, but nonetheless there's closure right there. It doesn't take away the pain, doesn't change what happened, but the closure right there. But we as Jamaicans and we as humans, we need faith. We need to be our brother's keeper, and some people don't care about each other, because they even there's a video, a voice note I heard, this young girl, I said, why a Candice Jackson all of a sudden, a big story, she know friends and whoever who have been raped, and hear nothing about it, but because she must be pretty and brown and whatever. I didn't really pay much attention to it, because just to know, say, another female looking down on another female, because why her rape and murder get attention and other people who may know get rape and murder don't get attention? Come on, what kind of thing is that? A young lady just lost her life for no fault of her own, and rather than give her and the family the condolences the situation requires, people are run their mouth and say how this happened to them and this not happened to whom they know and blah blah blah. There's a lot of cases of rape I know about personally that have been covered, and right now nobody remember about it, because time heals everything. Doesn't take away the pain completely, because sometimes you sit back and you remember certain things, especially certain things that has had a significant impact, and we still kind of feel the pain, and we say, yo, well, you remember that man that rough, but after time you forget about that. In a while we are going to forget about the Candice Jackson case. Not that it's not important, or it wasn't important, or the families are not still going through it, but time will replace that event with something else, because the world is so corrupt and man's heart so wicked. There's another video when some man robbing a phone store, and one gunman is just picking up the phone, and another one had 3 female, I'm assuming that they're the workers there, at gunpoint, and you can see one of the females there crying. Imagine what's going through her mind. She don't know if she go dead to death. Like, what a guan. Countless murders are gone, even in the state of emergency. And to make things worse now, COVID and COVID restrictions. You get me? And new restrictions. We know say today I'm Monday morning, and Mr. Jamaica probably free up now, because I know so the Prime Minister will shut down the island for the weekend. He took the measures he thought or he believed he had to take, and that's all, in my opinion, for public safety. But even though a lot of people might lose a lot of income, a lot of things might happen, his greater good or his greater view was, listen, not to have this virus spread any more than it has already spread. The healthcare system can't handle, can barely cope with what's going on right now. So he has to take the measures that he thinks are most appropriate. So with that, that said, hopefully some normalcy can come back to that. There's still restrictions, but hopefully we get some normalcy. But back to the whole issue of crime and murder, even in the middle of state of emergency. What's causing all this? What the root cause is? How can the government really attack it? Because in my opinion, state of emergency never seemed like it work, even though they show numbers or there's this percentage of crime reduction and that whatever. People never really see it because murders look like them still are happening all the way. People are dead within the state of emergency. Murders that occur, police and soldiers are right down the road. Because of the terrain and people know so they go commit a crime, they go run through it, they go cut through that area, they go down through this one. The police will not be able to catch them. You get me? And with most of these men having equal or more powerful high-powered weapons than the police, they're confident. I doubt they're much confident against a Zoso team, but a regular police unit, they might be confident, because all these sieges are just long rifles, some of which are going to be fully automatic. So that's another thing to consider. But it's hard at this point for any country really to figure out what's the next step, what's the best step. And personally, these are my opinion. I'm gonna believe they can open up the country, then shut it down. And when the cases get low and things come back to some normalcy, we open up the country again, open up the borders, release some restrictions. People get out, then get careless, and there's a spike again, and then I shut it down and try to get the spike under control, and then I open it up again, and then the spike up again, you shut it down, you open it up again and you shut it down. That become repetitive. There's no real function happening there. I understand that people need freedom of movement. You don't want to disrupt people's livelihood and some person's mental health, but all we can hope is that these vaccines really bring forth something new as research and development heightens, and they get a more handle and understanding and tweak the vaccines to make them more effective. And there's conspiracy theorists out there, people out there who are believing that vaccine are the mark of the beast. This COVID thing are just so them can install 5G antennas. This vaccine is gene therapy. A lot of things going on out there. It's hard for people to navigate the conspiracy. Regular persons, you and me, it's hard to know what's true and what's not, because everybody telling you this information, all of who have some masters or multiple masters and PhDs in medicine and infectious diseases. So when they come forward and they say something, we're inclined to believe that person have studied these type of viruses for decades. So if they say that this is wrong, we tend to believe. But what else? But what do we have it to? What do we have their information? What are we going to put it against? What do we put misinformation against, and what do we put information against? How do we decipher which information to accept and what to ignore? Man, we just have to go by faith. It's like we just have to go by faith and know. So listen, people that take medication and vaccines, generations. Every year you have a flu vaccine being issued out. There are small particles of the flu, the activated particles of the flu, or they inject in you. And the same thing that they're going to do with COVID. So your body can build immunities to it. No, I'm no doctor, I'm no scientist, so I'm in the same boat as everybody else. We just have to be mindful of what we accept, mindful of what we hear, and just go with faith. Because if they want us to get this vaccine, unless we're going to decide to live in a hole, we're all going to have to take it. Because if they say it's going to be mandatory, and they say, oh, because of human rights, we can't make it mandatory. But if you want to take a flight to any other country, you have to have a vaccination card. You want to do any type of business or certain businesses, you need a vaccination card. Freedom of movement out to your state, out to your province, out to your country, you need a vaccination card. You know, some big grocers, you want to mix with general public in our grocery store, you need to present a vaccination card upon entry. There's a million ways they can make it compulsory or mandatory without saying it's mandatory. Because these are things that we all depend on. If they say, listen, you want to open a bank account, we need a vaccination card, certificate, whatever they're going to call it. Because you're going to come in the bank, you're going to interact with our members and our staff. We want to make sure everybody is safe. So once you need to come into the branch for any reason, you need to present that. You have kids, your kids need to go to school, they need to have a vaccination certificate or a vaccination card. So there's a million ways that they can impose this on us without saying it's mandatory. You can choose not to and then get cut out of society practically. But, you know, those are the things we have to look into. And, you know, I know it's hard for everybody to cope with some of these COVID measures because some of them really restrict and impose some strictness on us that sometimes it seems unbearable. And everybody's mental health is different. I might be alone and I might be okay just heading to work or running out to do a quick thing and coming back in. Some people really need to go out and socialize. You know, it's not for me to say that they don't need to, because I don't know what people are dealing with and how this helps. But we have to be mindful not of ourselves but others, and that not because it goes for me and I can operate this way doesn't mean that everybody should. You know, you already hear people say, some people say they can't stop this or they're addicted to that, and because we're not addicted we say that that's BS. No, we can't look upon it so. Can't look upon it so. Each their own. Each his own. And that's what I can handle, you probably can't handle it. And what I have endured, you probably can't endure it. So not because I enjoy it, but go say, yo, you must can't endure it because I did. Everybody not the same will to push through the pain and make a decision that, yo, you know, I'm rather stand alone than stand with a crowd that me not agree with. But that's either here nor there. But with this murder and the loss of job and COVID restrictions and people needing assistance from the government, and the limited assistance to go around, and they look at $10,000 that the government was giving in Jamaica, that stops a tiny gap. Not even one good supermarket shopping that cannot help with, you know. So, you know, the system was not designed to help people from the ground up. You know, unlike here in Canada or in the US, where there are a million different ways you can get some assistance, a million different type of employment and insurance that you pay into working over a period of time. that's just not available in other countries like Jamaica and other developing countries. Even the government will find some stimulus package for help, it's not going to be anything substantial or sustainable. So after this week, we're still hungry and broke next week. But we have to find a common ground and try to figure this thing out and try to work with the government. It's hard, but listen, the worst thing is for the entire island or any particular country, city or town to be overrun with COVID. Then that's, then it might reach a point where they need to enact martial law and shut the place down. And then that's just really where we don't want it to reach. But nonetheless, I hope so we figure this thing out fast. I hope so we get a handle, try to get a handle on it and see how we can get things back, get some normalcy back, so another thing that we'll need to look at is how can we help, how can we help each other. And this going to go mainly for like the older and the younger population, because we are trying to figure out ways to cut the virus from spreading, because we can't stop it. We can't stop it on our own without the help of the scientists and the government to get the vaccine and moving things out. But you know what? I take that back. We can stop it because we need to build our immune system. It attacks an immune deficient body. So if you have deficiency in your immune system, you're more susceptible. That's why older persons are more susceptible than possible kids, and most of us have some problem that we don't even know about. You seem healthy, you're strong, you're fit, you compete athletically and all that, but there's just something different that's happening. We need to eat right, exercise frequently, and live a somewhat healthy lifestyle to build your immune system. And that's one thing a lot of herbalists and health professionals have been speaking about. Come on, brother, go. Have been speaking about, and that's what we can do. Like for the elderly people. So don't say I have a neighbor or whatever and she has to go out and get a little thing. You can probably assist, ask her, help, go out the feet, you can go to the store and pick it up for her. And most people now going to do this. And I know that this has been done, is being done, even by a lot of church members, and that has been going on before COVID. But these are little things we can do. One family member go to the store and you have to bring the kids. You have to, you live close to your brother or a family member. Then you can send a list, transfer the money back, give back the money or whatever. One hand just run and make the trip. Now, I know that most people find it hard to help each other. And that's another defect the human population have. Not everybody are willing to help. Not even your friends sometimes. Because you see you can't go to a store, you want to deal with something and your friend will tell you, say, I wish we could have helped but me this and me that, and you check it out at the same store and go and deal with them, their thing. People don't want to go to them way to help each other. And I'm not saying this is going to make any major dent. Or, I say, but if everybody try to help each other, you never can tell. We can't just sit down and assume, say, me helping now and go stop. Just like the bystander effect, You see a crime happening and me see it, you see it, Jack see it, Ben see it. And nobody calls the police or nobody raises an alarm because everybody believes that the other person is going to do it. And nobody ends up doing it. Get what I say? That happens a lot all over the world. In shooting, in assault, you see assaults and things going on. If a man assaulting a female or men assaulting each other, child abuse, any form of abuse, anything, robbery, anything. And no persons don't call the police or do anything because they say, you know what, okay, I'm not the only one that saw it. Somebody else sees it too. So here what? Somebody else is gonna call also. You know, so I don't say anything, you don't say anything. We end up, nobody said anything. So it's just out of control. But we have to find ways to try to help the government and help ourselves. And people need to cut these conspiracy theories out, because everything that this is a conspiracy, their end game is to not take the vaccine, not wear any mask, and just assume you become asymptomatic or you become contagious, and you just go on and spread it, and the person you spread it to might die. That's the thing, you know. I believe that a man don't want to take it and do nothing, fine. But you have to be mindful of exposing yourself to the public. And I don't want to catch it. Maybe you watching it don't want to catch it also, but that person who decide that they're not going to wear any face mask, they're not going to take the vaccine because of whatever reasons. I'm not here telling people to live them life, but you have to be mindful how you go mix with society, because this virus has killed a lot of people. You get me? And continues to kill a lot of people. These are things that we need to take into consideration. So you not taking it, how does that make you a big risk to public safety? By going out there, doing what you feel like, possibly contracting this virus and spreading it, and then you put more strain and pressure on the healthcare system. You know, people have their own selfish reasons of doing things, and we're not going to stop that by wishing it wasn't so. But we need to do our fair part and try. None of us, or most of us, are not doctors or scientists. I'm sure so when we get sick, really sick, you go to hospital, then pump you full of whatever drug they feel for you, as long as they say, hey, this is going to help you with this and that. Most persons will take natural remedies, and it will work sometimes, not all the time. You know? But it's just funny when a person don't have to go through a particular thing, it's easy for them to say, hey, this wrong or that wrong. I'm sure that all the persons who are saying that they don't want to wear the mask, they don't believe in this vaccine or whatever, if they catch COVID, they do not want to stay home and die. If they catch the COVID, they want to go to a hospital or a doctor. They want to get vaccinated or get some treatment because they don't want to get ill and die. That's the thing. So they're all good now, but until they catch it and some of them pop down, you know, they're going to be like, okay, they need help. What was the purpose? You were saying that you're not against, you're against it, you don't want it, this and that, but now you get sick, you should be like, you know what? Let it take its course. But, you know, that's just the nature of people. You know, guys, thanks for watching this quick video. You know, consider giving it a like, and if not, then I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, peace, stay safe.